Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1 through 14. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for this is the end of all mankind, and the living will lay it to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness of face the heart is made glad. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better for a man to hear the rebuke of the wise than to hear the song of fools. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fools. This also is vanity. Surely oppression drives the wise into madness, and a bribe corrupts the heart. Better is the end of a thing than its beginning, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not quick in your spirit to become angry, for anger lodges in the heart of fools. Say not, why were the former days better than these? For it is not from wisdom that you ask this. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, an advantage to those who see the sun. For the protection of wisdom is like the protection of money, and the advantage of knowledge is that wisdom preserves the life of him who has it. Consider the work of God. Who can make straight what he has made crooked? In the day of prosperity, be joyful, and in the day of adversity, consider. God has made the one as well as the other, so that man may not find out anything that will be after him. In today's passage, the teacher gives a general summary of his observation of life and the wisdom that he has observed. Each wisdom is a comparison between two polar opposites, and the teacher has observed that it is better to pursue a lifestyle that reminds the people of the reality of life. That's why it is better to have a good name. It is better to be at a house of mourning. It is better to be in sorrow. It is better to hear rebuke. It is better to be patient, and that it is better to seek protection of wisdom, since it reminds the person of the life that he lives and how he ought to live. The wisdom that the teacher gives is specific to a person who desires to make the best of this world. Since we do not know what is coming, the only thing we can do is enjoy the joyful days and wisely overcome the days of adversity. Without Christ, the advice of the teacher is the best one can give to others. But with Christ, we now live for the eternity, since in him is eternity. 1 John chapter 2 verse 24 to 25 says, "Let what you heard from the beginning abide in you. If what you heard from the beginning abides in you, then you too will abide in the Son and in the Father. And this is the promise that he made to us, eternal life." Since we now have eternity as our destination, the earthly wisdom no longer applies to us. We now live in the heavenly wisdom, the wisdom that is revealed to us by Jesus Christ. Jim Elliot, a missionary who was martyred at a young age, bringing the gospel to Ecuador, had written the following in his Bible: "He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose." Seeking to live for the things we absolutely cannot lose, as shown to us by Jesus Christ, is the wisest life that we can ever live. Let us seek the heavenly wisdom and seek for the eternal, everlasting glory as we share the gospel message to others around us.